Hi, my name is Martin Weiss, and I'm a born and bred Hoosier and a proud member of the Indianapolis Jewish community. Growing up, my parents instilled in me the value of giving back to your local community, whether that be Jewish or otherwise. Now, during this video synopsis, I'm going to walk you through the 2019 annual campaign dollars hard at work in 2020.
2020 started strong after surpassing our 2019 annual campaign goal of $4 million for the first time in nearly a decade. The $4.2 million raised represented an 11% increase over the previous year, successfully engaging an increase of 102 donors to the annual campaign, all thanks to the many dedicated volunteers and donors. This annual campaign provided incredible resources for our community.
In March, the COVID-19 pandemic changed everything. Since then, Americans in our own backyard have faced dangerous isolation, a looming financial crisis, and lack of access to other basic necessities.
Emergency financial assistance distribution has quadrupled. Seniors who were bound to their homes were facing extreme isolation and lack of food. Popsy's pantry visits immediately increased by 53%. There has been a 137% increase in hours spent working one-on-one with clients through case management. And the need continued to grow and is expected to grow for quite some time.
The unprecedented situation unfolding in our community and all over the world has impacted, well, everybody. And while our Jewish community campus was closed, the work of the Federation never halted, never missed a beat. The Federation's call to action has been to help and to act to help those experiencing difficult times. The Federation, along with its partner agencies, the community's congregations, as well as other Jewish institutions, have in the past banded together to help those experiencing difficult times. And well, folks, rest assured, 2020 was no different.
The annual campaign is vital each year in supporting individuals and families in need throughout the community, as well as our partners during the pandemic. Our annual campaign also allocated money to each and every Jewish organization and institution in our community. Thank you to all of our partners and the work they have done to support the community during these challenging times. In addition to campaign dollars, to help meet the additional urgent and evolving needs in the community during the pandemic, the Federation started a community relief fund in April. Since then, the Federation has raised more than $850,000 for this fund from more than 150 donors. These dollars allocated have specifically made an impact by providing resources and support directly to seniors, community members without health insurance or sick days, individuals who have lost work, and other economically vulnerable populations, replenish Popsy's pantry, provide meals for homebound community members, access to mental health services, proper PPE to the frontline workers, and to the community in an effort to stop the spread of this deadly virus, support for synagogues and agencies to reopen safely, technology for access to programs through our synagogues and agencies, scholarships for Jewish life, and address food insecurities caused by school closings as well as loss of employment. The stay-at-home order, put in place in March in order to help quell the spread of the virus, forced our Jewish community to cancel many of its great in-person programs, school activities, synagogue functions, and, well, of course, our Jewish community campus. Now, as a direct result of this, we made a pivotal move to opt for strictly virtual programming. Now, the community soon learned that this would be the long-term shift, and each department began brainstorming a myriad of programs that we could use to engage with each other, even though we couldn't be in person. Some of our programs reached more than 350 households. The Federation led more than 35 community-wide programs, as well as countless other targeted functions. We put together a Connect with Purpose webpage that helped stay in touch with everything going on in our community virtually, as well as many different at-home resources. For the holidays, we built our home activities for families to stay connected Jewishly in hopes of continuing meaningful holidays while homebound. We ended 2020 with a very successful Super Sunday, which raised more than $160,000 to the annual campaign. A Giving Tuesday initiative, which raised more than $15,000 to the annual campaign for the 10th anniversary of Popsy's Pantry. A well-attended Latkes and Lights program in partnership with Newfields that attracted more than 2,000 Jews for a one-night Hanukkah-inspired light show, and our community Chanukiah lightings, which attracted more than 350 people in total. Despite the annual Adopt a Family Community Day changes to just a drive-through due to the pandemic, more than 700 supporters donated their time and money to provide Hanukkah gifts to 67 families, compared to 550 supported for 58 families in 2019. 2020 was the inaugural year for the Safe Indy Security Program led by Community Security Director and former FBI agent Grant Mendenhall. He hit the ground running by developing a community-wide security structure, a web page with resources on how to report incidents, discussions and security trainings with hundreds of community leaders and members, security consultations and assessments at our synagogues, agencies, and community Jewish institutions, and then created preparedness plans based on those assessments. In 2021, the Safe Indy initiative will continue to seek opportunities to provide more trainings, more assessments, as safety and security continues to be of utmost importance to our community. Our annual campaign helped to ensure that the Federation, along with its partner agencies, were able to support our local community through a shared value system and through creating channels of assistance. Now in 2020, we far exceeded our goal of raising $4 million, and we raised approximately $5 million in spite of the pandemic and despite this financial crisis. Now, this figure is a combination of the annual campaign as well as the Community Relief Fund. The 2021 campaign's goal is to continue this momentum, despite the tough year we had in 2020. We are excited to move our campaign forward, building on the success of the recent annual campaign. This annual campaign, we will continue to unite and focus on shared values so we can make a positive impact on our community and around the world together. The number of people who need our help continues to grow as this pandemic lingers. Your donation to the 2021 annual campaign makes a difference in the lives of so many all year long. We will be here long after this pandemic passes, stronger than ever, thanks to your support.